Hey guys, Andrew here. So today's video will be a little bit different. I'm literally just going to be coding here. I'm actually debugging from a website that has been published about 2 weeks ago. Um, there's still a lot of errors to go, right? Um, I showed it to a few people out there, and they went to play around with it and they realized that there's a few errors. So this will just be a typical day of a web developer trying to debug his program. So yeah. So looking at my to-do list, there's a few issues going around. Actually, there should be one more issue. Damn it. Debug. Um, what is a bug that I just thought of that I just forgot? Gotta look at my website real quick. Uh, CSS. So it's gonna be a lot of work. I'm looking at least 5 hours of work here. Um, so here are the problems. I just want to show you guys the problems so maybe you can contextualize it a little bit more. So to the left is my website on the localhost, and then to the right, that's the website on the website is actually deployed and has a domain. So already we can see a few problems, right? Like these are the same size, obviously, but this one is showing, like these things are showing. This one is obviously it just showed up for some reason. That took a long time. Okay, and then we can definitely log in as the same user. So I'm gonna log in right here. It's okay, save. Um, it's okay when two users are logged in at the same time. So a few problems. First of all, the CSS is just a little bit weird. If you can look closely, this thing is just somehow bigger than this. And I don't think it's a problem that I have. I think it's when I'm deploying my website and Heroku is trying to bundle up all of the things and put it onto the host, whatever. There's just a few errors that probably went on. And probably there's some CSS files in React that are not allowed to be compiled, I guess. Some sort of problems. And then just should be a lot more problems. So for example, this one, um, it's funny though because the results. So this actually I like this better, even though this wasn't the intended one. I like the gray and the white contrast versus this was the intended one. It's really weird, right? Because I just deployed this thing right here. The code of this website right here is all in this file, right? This whole project right here, but it's just somehow not the same. However, funny enough, I do like the one on the right a little bit better. Yeah, at least for that part. And then there's going to be a few minor issues, actually probably major. Yeah. So, um, when I first create a user, so I didn't allow my users to upload their profile picture. To be honest, it's just because I don't want to do the extra work, and it's actually a little bit complicated to do so. You probably want to. I'm using a Mongo database right now, but for image profile uploading, I might want to use a separate database because Mongo database isn't the best for storing the buffer type of data. And so that's going to connect my React component to another database, and I don't want to connect to too many databases. Like it might get out of hand, right? So I think like the solution for that is simply making it so that the users can only select from a handful of profile pictures. Okay, so this actually looks the same, except for the CSS right here again. This is a little bit bigger than this one, and there's a little bit padding here. This is gray versus this is pure black, and the text is also different. This is really weird. I like it though. Um. So yeah. When I create the user, when we create a new user, I set it to so that in the code right here, I set it so that let me see. Where's my user? It's too big. Can't look. I can't scroll down. All right. So if I go to users right here, I set it so that by default the profile picture is this thing right here, which is in my static folder, and it is actually this picture right here. But for some reason, in the actual website displays it like that, and but then it displays it perfectly fine. But furthermore, the interesting thing is that if I go to mlab, which is where I stored all the data, I log in. Oh god, I have too many here. I think it's this one. If I go to users and I go to Lathe right here, so this guy right here, and I do look at his profile picture, it's totally fine. Well, let me see. Yeah, it's totally fine. So it's like, why does it, and it works fine on localhost, works not fine on here, which is extremely weird. And I think that I might have to blame that on Heroku again. Actually, I'm just going to blame on Heroku. But then again, I can blame on them myself to solve these problems. Let me see what else. A few routing problems. Routing homepage. Oh, that's okay. Routing homepage problem basically is when I click roadmap. Oh, it works fine here. Let me see. It used to not look fine. So when I press let's go and I press roadmap, I set it so that the landing page and then the actual homepage are actually the same. Wait a second, they're not. Wait, this should be easy. Let me try this. Okay, never mind. I just solved that problem already. I already know what went on there, so I'm gonna. This is okay, but there's gonna be a lot of problems in the Heroku stuff like that. So yeah, it's gonna be me just debugging these. So let's see how it goes. I think a solution right now I can think of to at least know where the problem comes from is I'm going to randomly remove the CSS files until I can find out by removing which set of CSS does this localhost website turns into the actual deployed website. There's a lot of weird problems, like weird problems. For example, let's log in here. Yeah. If I were to, let me see. What was the thing I was thinking of? Oh yeah, this right here. Like this thing right here is like a dark text. Versus if I just do this, it's like perfectly fine. And I have no idea where that color came from. Oh wait. Well that actually just sparked something in me. I can just go search this right here. Which is God, I can't. I can just look up what color that is, and then in my actual file, in my actual localhost uh, files, I can Control F and search for that color, and I can see where that color is from. Because there's no way it just like made it out. It has to be in my code somewhere that I said that okay, go display this color. Why can I not select that? This is weird. Okay. 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 It's this thing right here. And I can Control C that. And wait, okay, wait, hold up. Where's this from? Alright. So I can find wherever that is from and then maybe target that down. Interestingly, it actually shows it in here too. And I didn't know that's how it works. It's actually really interesting. Oh man. So just a few things I did that was really stupid. The CSS right here, the whole file, I didn't write any of this. I copy and pasted from Quizlet. Perfectly legal, by the way. I actually had to look it up because I was afraid I was illegal, but turns out doing so is legal. Oh, tapped the wrong thing. So what is this thing right here? So I think I kind of see this right now. I believe that there is some CSS in here that we maybe wrote locally on the localhost that we wrote locally, right? So we didn't import a package um or copy and paste it like that. So we wrote it locally, and when we transfer over here, that locally written thing is not wasn't compiled and deployed. So the next thing in line basically takes over it. And in that case the dark blue text takes over its place. So I can maybe verify that by looking into here. Now go up a little bit. Yeah. And I can look at a text here. It should be black right now. It should be black right. Okay. I have no idea why is it black then. Okay, yeah, because if you don't inherit it, we can see that the colors are basically the same. But then if we remove this one, it's going to be actually exactly the same. So where is this inheriting from? That's where I want to find out. I think in CSS, if you inherit, you basically says it's inheriting from this. Yeah. Okay. So I am seeing something here. I believe that the code that is not compiled are the ones that we wrote in with JSX, because actually React is kind of interesting. You can write CSS in your JavaScript to do the styling, which is really cool and it's really useful in a lot of cases, right? You can just simply write it, but it seems like it's not compiled in our case. So to verify that, I am going to, let me think, what is this thing called? I think I wrote this whole thing exists in profile.js. So let me go to profile.js. By the way, I'm realizing so much like organizational problems in my program. First of all, this is my first website, so honestly, there's just a lot of things that is not good. Um, I don't think this is it. About the, oh, no. Where is this at? Is this author profile.js? Yeah, it's right here. Okay. So, I think, oh wait, that's weird. I thought that I wrote right here, maybe I set it to a white coloring right here, but it turns out that I didn't. So where did I write that? Um, is it in tooltip? Oh man. So I know that this tooltip right thing right here, which is this. I never wrote that. I imported from a package, and that might be the problem. That might be the problem. So let me just, all right, let me just do this manually. So maybe the style thing is not a problem. I actually really wish the JSX styling was the problem, but then like I don't think that's ever gonna be the problem because there's like millions of apps that are deployed with React to Heroku, and if that was a problem, a lot of people do put their styling in JSX more than people who do that in CSS. So if that was a problem, people would have noticed. So yeah, it's probably not that. But let me just make it safe. Uh, Alright. Okay, so that was one difference. Really big difference, by the way. And I guess the next thing I can debug is why the heck is this thing right here gray? I mean, this thing right here is white versus this thing right here is gray. Um, Actually, the gray thing looks better, but of course, there's a lot of underlying problems. So I don't know how to get that. It's actually pretty hard to know where that came from. Um, could it be that when I deploy it, the order of the packages loading are different, and thus, because right here, this shows up first, and this shows up last, and I don't think that's a problem. I don't think that's a big problem, but it seems a little bit weird to me. My code is just so bad. It's insane. It's insanely bad, actually. No, I really need to delete some of these code. Some of these code are just disgusting. Um, Wait a second. Alright, so the font. So what's Verdana not recognized? It's not the worst fonts, but just a little bit weird. You know what? I don't think I'm gonna. I think I'm gonna care less about the fonts. Wait, let me see. Go back. Okay. Alright, so there's some bugs that turns out it's alright, we call it features. So let me just cross that out. I really don't know. So it turns out that maybe the Verdana font doesn't work on Chrome. Is Verdana compatible with Chrome? So maybe there is a problem with Verdana, and that was my default font. And therefore, it's not able to display. So a few more problems is that why is this bigger than that by a bit? I really don't know. Can I care less about it? Maybe. It doesn't look the worst. It does look pretty ugly, to be honest. And I fixed a few things here and there, so I think it's okay. Yeah, so now let's go on to the next problem. Profile picture issues. This is a big one. It's gonna be a hard one. It's gonna be really hard because it's really hard to test. Because it only doesn't work. It only stops working when it's deployed and on the real website and on the real domain. And if I worked, and I can't test it from my local server because it works on a local server. So I can't write tests. But then if I were to test on the actual domain, like I have to upload every time. So that's going to be a huge problem. Yeah, so let's just see how can I best solve this. um it is actually I'm thinking of a solution right now. It is setting a variable to be to test whether or not it's the first time that a user has logged on. Because with that, if I create that variable, it's not only going to solve the user profile picture, because it turns out that it shows the empty image when I don't manually set the image inside of here. So it's kind of hard to explain, but I can set a new variable to store in a database called whether you have logged in or not before, whether it's your first time login. And if it's true, then we're gonna route you to the slash account, because I actually want you to go to profile picture and to make your profile the first time you come to my website. But else, if it's not your first time logging in, then just do the normal thing. So just, I don't know, do whatever. Yeah, so that sounds pretty interesting. That sounds pretty tempting. But I think it might be better if I can just solve this problem right here. So solve the problem of why this is honestly super weird. What? Why is this showing? Why is this showing? Um, I gotta write a test. And for this test, I think I'm going to here's what I'm going to do. Um, in an actual domain website, you can still do console.log, but I removed all of that before I deployed, which was a big mistake. Um, I'm going to write a comment that when I route to this, I can show the source of the profile picture. And if it turns out that this is the thing I intended to, which is static slash whatever, then it's going to be a harder problem. But if it is undefined, then I can just, and then I'll probably make the first time logged in variable. Ah, this is super weird. Maybe it's this thing right here that doesn't work. Hmm. Should work though. But let me do that anyways. Um, maybe perhaps it is because when we upload it to a new website, it doesn't read like it's static slash media slash user anymore. It reads some sort of, it probably compiles it some other way. I think I can verify this by doing this right here. And maybe the source, hopefully. Still the same thing. If I were to go to here, this is weird. Do you guys see how weird this is? Both of these right here shows the same source, which should be fine. Wait, both of these shows the same source. Wait, this is the one that's deployed, but on this one right here, which works, this website works. Oh no, this is the deploy website, and this image right here works, but it shows the same thing, which it routes to the static folder. And if I were to go to this right here, it probably routes to the same address. Yeah, so those two are the same address, and that makes me ponder why. Oh wait, wait. man. Protester. Okay, so it doesn't show up. Right, that is so weird. If I were to make a roadmap right now. Test. Test. And test. Ignore, please. It shows up fine. And interestingly, there's a difference. Okay, so these two are different. I'm actually weird right now. Okay, so maybe I just solved the problem right there. Let me log out again, and then let me Control 12 right here again. I have no idea what the file name changed to that. Why did the file name change? Well, let's respect that. Let's respect that. And say the default is that. Let's see if everything works now. So I think on the local host it doesn't work anymore. When I make a new user. Tester. So this thing right here is that whatever crap. This thing right here yeah, but it should work fine when I deploy it. So let's see, let me just deploy this honestly. This is bugging me out. And funny thing is that the local host cannot read whatever this thing says. So I think it's when we deploy it, the static folder stays the same, the stuff stays the same, but it kind of changes the code behind it a little bit. Again, it is really weird that these things right here, these guys right here work perfectly fine. They're also in the static folder, but when the user profile picture comes around, which is just a picture, same thing as everything else, it doesn't work anymore. So maybe, let me look at this again. Is this, so by that logic, this picture right here should refer to a different address right here. Okay, And let's go with this one. Yeah, it's really weird because they do refer to the same address. Let me see. What about this one? Again, I think they refer to the same address. What if... Wait, let me look at where this one is located in. Really weird. Static folder. Static. Yeah, so put them in the same directory too. Put them all in here. Well, let's deploy it. So, like, to be honest, if it works on a real website, I don't really care if it works on the fake localhost website. So let me just deploy it. Hopefully it works. And unfortunately, I forgot all about deploying. I might have to start from the beginning. Oh wait, I think I recorded my videos of myself the last 20 minutes when I was deploying my stuff. So it's gonna be pretty funny watching my own videos. I think it's this one. I'm not gonna show it to you guys, it's on a different monitor. So I deployed this website on maybe it's the 13th.
Hello, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the non post tutorial.
I don't think that's the same thing. Wait, I filmed a video of me just talking for 30 minutes straight? Okay. I remember it was in the afternoon that I
What's
did.
up? Hey, yeah.
No, not that one. It's this one. So I remember recording moments when I was really excited, which means at that point the code probably works. Doesn't work then. Um, oh, it works at that point. I think it works at that point. Wait, hold up. This is deployed. This thing right here means that it's deployed, right? Okay, so this build succeeded. Alright, so I just need to look at what made that happen. So it was in the end of that video. Did it fail? It still failed. Is it this one that made it work? I really don't know. Oh shoot, this was excited. Okay, so okay. So I think the code is I didn't pull up the terminal. Come on, pull up the terminal, please. I want to see what code did I write. Oh, not sure what I wrote. Today's a Sunday. Damn. What? It's weird. So I have no idea why is it. This was the problem. I remember. So there should be a lot of things I changed. So I have no idea why is it nothing commit. And I think this is the problem that I had for a while. And that's why I was looking through the videos of myself. Because I remember there's something that um I think it was this one. Nope. I think it was this one. Yeah. Oh, can I read it here? That's nice. Do you see how much code I wrote? And all of this JS linked problems that showed up? Okay, so here's probably what works. I definitely ran something Git related, right? Hmm. Oh, go to the beginning. So this is only the build log, but it doesn't actually show the code that I wrote. Doubt any of these work either. Yeah. There was this really clean article. It was like kind of white article that I saw. That showed how to deploy. Doesn't look like this. Nope. Ah, this one. Nope. Wait, what? Thought it was that one. Was it this one? I think it was a personal name. Kind of looked like it. Alright, screw it. I think it's gonna be faster if I can just go through what I wrote. Okay, I think I see it. So according to my own video right here, that's what you should document. That's what you should document. Um, Actually, I can't read it that small. So what I had to do is I got a CD out of this. and I have to do git init. It's going to say that, and I have to do this. Okay, perfect. And I think doing this is fine, although it's going to throw an error. It's going to throw an error, that's fine. But you're going to do git add in now, and it gets commit am. There's a lot of insertions, that's good. And at last, I think I just do run. And then do git push Heroku master. So that should be good. And just wait for a while. And then hopefully when I come back 10 minutes later, it's gonna all work. Should work. I'm real confident. Still running. so I'm back. Does it work now? If it works, I think refreshing this will be a lot different. Refresh. Yep. So now it works. Ooh, that's not good. That thing still doesn't work. Oh no. Hold up. Lathe doesn't work. Hold up. Kind of forgot about this. So let me make a new user again. Whew, it works. It was undefined here. So I just have one user that doesn't work. And for him, I can actually go edit his profile picture. This is my good friend Lathe. A motivating person, energetic. Actually, maybe not good friend, because never talked to him in person, but he helped me a lot. Um, so I can just go edit it right here. Funny enough, but I still kind of want the users to go there the first time. I think I can do this. I've actually never done this before. Straight up editing the. Still doesn't work yet. But it's okay. Wait, did I change this thing after all? Yeah, I think I changed it. But this website I created, that was weird. Oops, I accidentally show you guys his email. Of course though, my password's always hashed. You're not trying to look at the password. I don't know why this is not working. Author profile picture is that. So as the author profile picture would create on that. I don't really care. It's really weird that's. I don't care. Alright, so I guess that's it for the debugging. Okay, so I was talking with Tanner. Just a little bit of a. Let me see what was his comment. Alright, so yeah, Guys, it's a random, really random video on a Sunday afternoon of me just debugging for like an hour straight. But maybe, I don't know, it's probably the most boring piece of content I ever watched. But you know, I'm just trying to document everything that I do for real. Um, and I think since that's done, so I've been thinking about promoting Roadmappedia for a while, and I think a good way to do it is to promote our Reddit. But a bad thing is that a really bad thing about my website is that it is not fully compatible on mobile yet. Oh wait, no, I actually need to do something. I need to find out why it's so slow sometimes. So first of all, it's too slow still. Um, um, but then also really importantly, oh wait, I think I did something bad. Oh, it works. Really bad, really bad. So, yeah. So it looks like SEO, I don't know what the best, do I really care? No. What is document alright? I'm interested. Seems like it's a bad practice though. But how do I do my performance? Hmm. So Grammarly.js is my own, is a Chrome extension. So I actually should do this in here. Um, why is it not working? Oh man, it's weird. Anyways, I should have done that in incognito, but it's okay. Let me run this again. And restart it. Same thing, but let me see. Oh, this is actually interesting. So the pictures load second, and also those text. Anyways, that's not my concern. My concern is the respect, 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 respect. Okay, yeah, I have a lot of CSS not used. So I have a lot of CSS that is not used because I copy and pasted Quizlet CSS, and I probably want to remove them. So yeah, let me go to this one. This can remove my time by 5 seconds. That's insane, according to the thing. Why is incognito acting weird? Oh, this website is weird. Okay, whatever. Hmm. So, kind of want to do some other time, to be honest. Still filming another series right now. It's the machine learning one, and I kind of want to spend time on that one instead of doing this. So yeah, let me just end it. Screw it. Yeah, see you guys in the next one.